backdoor, finding McCraven, pass a little high for him. McCraven had a reset, puts it up off the glass, good.
Out to Hallie Crockett, her second baseball pass up the floor to Abby Richmond. Right-handed layup for two.
Go backing and backing, gets stalled again, and picks up 2 points. So 2-point takedown.
The puck tries to reverse along the boards, taken away by Parker. Followed out a goal! Parker tees up Brody Schultz!
A right-handed dribble goes to Reichel. Deep three-pointer on the way. That's good.
Up the floor, Severson over to Bevins, all alone, steps up, shoots the three, and it's good.
Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a good Tuesday evening tonight here on KKIN FM Real Country 94.3. For those also tuning in with the video stream at yourliveevent.com, Aitkin and Crosby-Ironton, the rematch, the sequel. It's girls high school basketball tonight here on KKN FM Real Country 94.3 as well as at yourliveevent.com. My name is Paul Vold, coming to you live from the Aitkin High School Gymnasium. Joined alongside with Jeremy Jansen tonight as a matchup rivalry contest as well in the midst of a rivalry week for Crosby-Ironton. They take on Aitkin tonight, Friday against Pequot Lakes as well. Last time these two teams met up, it was over at the Wook Gym in Crosby at the Crosby-Ironton High School, and it was a decimation by the score of 80-25 in that contest. Gobblers have been shorthanded as of late, and were shorthanded in that contest against the Aitkin Gobblers as well. The Gobblers were shorthanded even with Crosby-Ironton getting the performance that they have always had this season with the likes of the freshman, that being Tori Orline, with going for 30 points per game this season. But Jeremy, with this matchup, there are always a lot of surprises when it comes to both these teams as soon as they hit the floor.
Yeah, you know, they've been playing against each other for a long time, since elementary school, so they know a lot about each other, and they respect each other, and so it should be a fun night, good basketball here in Aitkin.
It is the Hoops for Hope night tonight. Both teams adorning pink shirts tonight. Various crowd members wearing the pink shirts in support of breast cancer as well here tonight with, of course, this matchup between the Aitkin Gobblers and the Crosby-Ironton Rangers. Girls high school basketball here on this Real Country 94.3. Crosby-Ironton 11-7 on this season with a win again, falling against Holy Family Catholic on a Saturday. Tori Orline, again, a double-double of 36 points, 11 rebounds as well. Hannah Compton has also provided double-digit performances in points as well, now making it back-to-back losses for the Rangers. 11 points in that loss, but 6-2 in the section right now. They've had their troubles on the road. They're 3-4 on the road, a perfect 7-0 at home as well. So we'll see if that comes into factor tonight against the Aitkin Gobblers, who are now in with a 6-12 record on the season, with a loss this past Thursday, I believe 68-33, the final score of that contest against Staples Motley. Again, a contest where they were shorthanded in that game as well, and now getting a much more of a caveat with some returning players that have been out last couple games, and in fact, a couple of players filling out the bench as well that have been missed since the start of the season as well. We'll get into that more on the pregame shows. The Aitkin Gobblers take on the Crosby-Ironton Rangers tonight. Girls high school basketball is on the airwaves. We'll take a break here on the pregame show. We'll have our conversation coming up. We'll have Coach Pete Vukulich joining us here on the pregame show as the Gobblers take on the Rangers. Girls high school basketball here on Real Country 94.3 and yourliveevent.com.
If your vehicle has an unfortunate mishap, you want the best in quality bodywork. You need to take it to Aitkin Body Shop. They can handle any collision or auto glass repair, and they have a state-of-the-art facility and technology. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit them at 421 North Minnesota Avenue. Towing services also available. Give them a call at 218-927-2883. Remember the name that stands for quality and trust. That's Aitkin Body Shop, providing exceptional auto body collision and paint repair since 1974.
It's been more than just a family tradition since 1938. Purchasing a new Ford car, truck, or pre-owned vehicle from Aitkin Motors. Family owned and operated. Aitkin Motors offers you a stress-free car shopping experience. Need an oil change? New tires? Check out the low price tire guarantee. Aitkin Motors has a full service department with factory trained Ford technicians. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit AitkinMotorsCO.com.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Dustin Richters.
Favorite teacher is Mr. Miller.
Mr. Googe is my favorite teacher.
Definitely Miss Grader.
Definitely Miss Grader in class biology.
Mr. May.
Right now is psychology.
Mr. Smith's my favorite teacher.
Mr. May's science class.
Any art class.
Mr. May in my ornithology class.
We always practice good sportsmanship and respect.
Go Gobblers.
Go All-Stars.
My roots run deep. I dream of a world where planting a seed can bring forth the food and knowledge our world needs right now. The field is my classroom, and I have the power to make a difference. I am going to feed the world someday.
Welcome back to the pregame show tonight here on Real Country 94.3. And for those also tuning in with the video stream, yourliveevent.com, head coach for the Crosby-Ironton Rangers girls basketball team, Pete Vukolich, joins us here on the pregame show. Coach, as always, thanks again for taking time to speak with us tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having us, and I always enjoy your guys' coverage. So real excited for tonight.
Yeah, it should be an exciting contest for, of course, both teams and obviously for both schools as well. But Coach, you want to take a chance? Obviously, you've had a really busy part of your schedule, even this week too. It looks a little bit, on the schedule side, busy as usual this time of year. But Saturday, you had the chance to go on the road, take on Holy Family. 66-53, a loss for your team as well. Looking back at that game, what were some things that just didn't quite go the way for the Rangers in that contest?
Yeah, I think Holy Family, 5 of their first 7 makes were threes, so just got in a deficit real early, try to claw back. I think we got it down to 5 at one point in the second half, but they ended up shooting 23 free throws, I think it was, to our 5, so they got hot from the stripe in the second half, which if you don't win that battle, you're not going to win many games. So they just hot shooting early, and I credit the girls that they fought, so we just got to look to build as game 1 or 2 of rivalry week, we call it here. So looking forward to a bounce back hopefully tonight.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that matchup too. But obviously, too, at this point of the season, your team's 11-7 as well. You played a very top-heavy schedule as well with some of your opponents. But now at this point of the season, where do you see this team, a lot of their strengths here as the season's kind of come along here?
Yeah, a lot of it sometimes runs through Tori. If she's going, the team will kind of go. That's what I've seen. During a 3-game win streak, I think she had 30 in each game, and that's if she goes, the rest of the team kind of gets going. They get open shots. Girls are focusing on Tori. She kicks it out, and they can get in a rhythm too. So as long as she's going and teams don't have to focus on her, and she doesn't force too many shots, we'll be just fine.
Coach, with this matchup here, obviously it's been fairly one-sided when you call it a rivalry as well, especially earlier this season. You went over at your place 80-25. Probably don't take a whole lot of stock in the fact that it was such a one-sided score. You just look at it from possession to possession. From that contest from earlier this year where you took down Aitkin as well. What'd you look at that contest? Obviously the score is what the score was, but what did you see there as your team was able to exploit against Aitkin?
Defensively, we really came to play. I think, and I don't quote me on, but I'm pretty sure they didn't score a field goal in the second half. They just scored 4 free throws. So that was one thing at halftime we talked about, was not allowing as many points as we did in the first half. So just little goals throughout the game, as you mentioned. Sometimes they get away from you, but or get away from them in this case. But you got to have goals, got to have the girls stay focused all 36 minutes. So tonight will be much the same. How can we do defensively versus offensively?
Coach, as always, we appreciate the time for you to join us here on the pregame show. Look forward to talking to you afterwards as well.
Awesome. Sounds good. Thank you.
Head coach for the Crosby-Ironton Rangers, Pete Vukolich, joining us here on the pregame show, leading us up to that First Western Bank and Trust first tip-off here tonight. Aitkin has dropped 13 in a row against Crosby-Ironton, their last win coming back in the 2015-16 season and split from that point earlier, but it's been all Crosby-Ironton since that win back in the 2015-16 season for the Aitkin Gobblers. So we'll take another break here. We'll have our conversation. Coach Kaya Davies will be coming up here. The Aitkin Gobblers take on Crosby-Ironton girls high school basketball tonight here on Real Country 94.3 and rjbroadcasting.com.
Here in beautiful central Minnesota, we get to enjoy nature every day. At Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, we understand because we live, work, and play here too. However, just because you're not in the big city doesn't mean you can't have access to great internet service. Let MLEC Fiber give you the fast and reliable internet you deserve. Check to see if MLEC Fiber is available where you live. Visit us online or call our office at 218-429-0433.
If your vehicle has an unfortunate mishap, you want the best in quality bodywork. You need to take it to Aitkin Body Shop. They can handle any collision or auto glass repair, and they have a state-of-the-art facility and technology. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit them at 421 North Minnesota Avenue. Towing service is also available. Give them a call at 218-927-2883. Remember the name that stands for quality and trust. That's Aitkin Body Shop, providing exceptional auto body collision and paint repair since 1974.
It's been more than just a family tradition since 1938. Purchasing a new Ford car, truck, or pre-owned vehicle from Aitkin Motors. Family owned and operated. Aitkin Motors offers you a stress-free car shopping experience. Need an oil change? New tires? Check out the low-price tire guarantee. Aitkin Motors has a full service department with factory-trained Ford technicians. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit AitkinMotorsCO.com.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Dustin Richters.
Favorite teacher is Mr. Miller.
Mr. Googe is my favorite teacher.
Definitely Miss Grader.
Definitely Miss Grader in class biology.
Mr. May.
Right now is psychology. Mr. Smith's my favorite teacher.
Mr. May's science class.
Any art class.
Mr. May in my ornithology class.
We always practice good sportsmanship and respect.
Go Gobblers.
Go All-Stars.
Welcome back to the pregame show tonight on KKN FM Real Country 94.3 and also at yourliveevent.com. As now we get the opportunity to catch up with head coach for the Aitkin Gobblers. Kaya Davies joins us here on the pregame show. Coach, as always, thanks again for taking time to speak with us tonight.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
Coach, obviously now in the midst of your team schedule right now with a 6-12 record on the season. We'll talk more about that as it's come along. But most recently, your team, another mid-state conference matchup, falling on Thursday, 66-38 in that contest against Staples Motley. Looking back at that contest, what'd you see from the girls there that just wasn't working to their favor that night?
I just think our biggest thing that night was our rebounds. I saw a video the other day that said free throw wins games and rebounds win championships, and that exactly describes that night. We could not conceal a board, and these girls had 3 and 4 chances and finally made something fall. So hopefully we can grow from that and start responding to when things happen like that instead of shutting down. So hopefully tonight we can see that difference.
And that's one thing we wanted to mention, too. Obviously, second time around taking on Crosby-Ironton as well. Last time around, the score was the score itself. But looking at the game itself, possession-wise, too, what was it about the matchup against Crosby-Ironton they were just able to get past your team?
I think the biggest thing was our girls. Like I said to some of them last night, do you understand we had 5 girls out last game? We had 3 ankles, a head injury, and hip injury, and whatever else you think. And I think that was also a 3-day game week. So I think there's just a lot of things that combined into that extremely hard loss. But other than that, tonight I think the matchup looks good. We have a little bit bigger of a height advantage than what Crosby uses on their bench, but we're going to see how far we can go with the girls we have.
Talking about that height advantage too, Coach, obviously, try to use that to your team's advantage, but obviously one person to keep an eye on too, obviously, is Tori Orline, and, a little bit when she's able to get out in transition. How do you try to counteract that with the girls that you have out on the floor tonight?
Biggest thing is contain her. You keep her in front of you, and the second you lose her, she's probably going to end up scoring. So we got to learn to keep the ball in front of us or keep her in front of us, and we just have to learn to respond like that instead of letting her beat us 2 steps too quick kind of deal. So containment's going to be huge tonight. Our defense is what's going to drive our offense, and we got to put up more than 12 shots and a half to win a game. So hopefully we can respond well tonight, especially with some of the major starters coming back this game.
Coach, as always, we appreciate the time. Look forward to talk to you after this one as well.
Thank you.
Head coach for the Aitkin Gobblers, that being Kaya Davies, joining us here on the pregame show. The Gobblers taking on Crosby-Ironton tonight, talking about some of those injuries coming back. Obviously, one player we see in uniform tonight that hasn't been dressed pretty much all season. I don't know if maybe the last couple of games, but Abby Palm's in uniform tonight, Jeremy. Not quite sure to the extent of, how much time she's going to get off the bench tonight, but I'm sure it's a big relief and a big compliment to have her back out in uniform for the Gobblers.
Yeah, just for her personally, too. You sit and watch for 6 or 7 weeks of being on crutches for 5 of them and not being able to play, and just that opportunity to dress, get back in, a few days of practice. But, I do know I have a little bit of an in because I've got a daughter playing, but it sounds like she's going to play, 4 or 5 minutes a half.
All right.
And so she'll get some time. But, as Kaya said in her interview there, is that last time Ella was playing on one wheel, Eiley had was still on with the neck. You had Britta still just coming out of that ankle injury herself, so we were pretty beat up in that Crosby game, and so it'll be fun to see. We're not completely healthy, but we've got some girls back. And this hopefully is your team moving forward, and if they can stay healthy, it'll be great.
It certainly will be, of course, with the matchup tonight with the Aitkin Gobblers and also the Crosby-Ironton Rangers. Hopes for Hoop night tonight. Of course, the Gobblers in their Hoops for Hope. There we go. That's the right one for tonight's contest as well, adorning the pink shirts, pink balloons. Of course, at halftime, I believe they're going to be raffling off a signed shirt, I believe that is.
Auctioning, actually.
Auctioning, excuse me. Auctioning.
2 of them. There's going to be they're just numbered currently. Yep. You might have to do some begging or pleading after you purchase it to get them signed.
Right.
But that's the State High School League rule. So they're just numbered, but 1 Aitkin t-shirt and then 1 Aitkin Crosby combined.
Okay, so that'll be very nice. Of course, proceeds of which going back towards the fight for a cure as well. The Aitkin Gobblers taking on the Crosby-Ironton Rangers tonight. Before we go into a break with the opening, the First Western Bank and Trust opening tip here tonight. A reminder of our broadcast schedule for this evening. We've got Pequot Lakes at Esco boys basketball tonight on Talk 100 KLKS. Crosby-Ironton boys at Moose Lake, Willow River, and Skeeter 101.5 on yourliveevent.com. LaPorte is at Pine River Bacchus on the boys' side. And girls high school basketball has a pair of top 10 ranked teams in Class 3A. It's Detroit Lakes and Pequot Lakes girls over on Cash 95.9. Aitkin takes on Crosby-Ironton tonight. Girls high school basketball here on yourliveevent.com and Real Country 94.3. We'll get this break here. Pre-game show, we're wrapping things up. National Anthem will also be coming its way here this evening as Aitkin Gobblers take on the Crosby-Ironton Rangers tonight here on KKIN FM, Real Country 94.3, and also at yourliveevent.com.
My roots run deep. I dream of a world where planting a seed can bring forth the food and knowledge our world needs right now. The field is my classroom, and I have the power to make a difference. I am going to feed the world someday.
Here in beautiful central Minnesota, we get to enjoy nature every day. At Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, we understand because we live, work, and play here too. However, just because you're not in the big city doesn't mean you can't have access to great internet service. Let MLEC Fiber give you the fast and reliable internet you deserve. Check to see if MLEC Fiber is available where you live. Visit us online or call our office at 218-429-0433.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
I'm dreaming of a world where thinkers and doers collide, where technology creates pathways for new opportunities and ideas. I want to ask questions and shape the answers that lead to real and meaningful advancements in this digital era. I'm going to innovate the world someday.
Riverwood Healthcare Center in Aitkin provides total joint care for shoulders, elbows, hips, knees, hands, and wrists. Our team of highly skilled orthopedic surgeons use innovative procedures to increase mobility and reduce pain. Get back to the activities you enjoy. Learn more at riverwoodhealthcare.org. Riverwood Healthcare, your trusted leader for orthopedics and sports medicine.
I'm dreaming of a world where everyone has the opportunity for education, where classrooms are not only a place to learn, but to make an impact. I will help the next generation of game changers and difference makers. I am going to teach the world someday.
Here in beautiful central Minnesota, we get to enjoy nature every day. At Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, we understand because we live, work, and play here too. However, just because you're not in the big city doesn't mean you can't have access to great internet service. Let MLEC Fiber give you the fast and reliable internet you deserve. Check to see if MLEC Fiber is available where you live. Visit us online or call our office at 218-429-0433.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
Mr. May's ornithology class.
My last 6 years on the Aitkin All-Stars.
Going to Rumble on the Red wrestling tournament.
I was going to the state tournament last year for wrestling.
Making one of those last-minute shots against Crosby.
Going to state my 10th grade year for wrestling.
The Virginia tournament during basketball.
My chemistry class last year.
I would say the Virginia tournament.
Going to state my freshman year for dance.
Being able to participate in multiple sports teams.
We always practice good sportsmanship and respect. Go Gobblers.
Go All-Stars.
I'm dreaming of a world where the crack of a bat is not just a hobby, but a lifestyle. Where I can build upon long traditions from the ground up. I want to work in an industry where all people can make their own field of dreams become reality. I'm going to elevate the world of sports someday.
Go electric and put the power of your co-op to work for you.
Crowing powers your Touchstone Energy Cooperative, your go-to for everything energy.
Welcome back this evening here on KKIN FM Real Country 94.3. For those also tuning in at rjbroadcasting.com and yourliveevent.com. Paul Vold joined alongside with Jeremy Jansen here this evening. The Aitkin Gobblers take on the Crosby-Ironton Rangers. This evening, girls high school basketball mid-state conference matchup, section 7-2A matchup as well between both squads this evening. Starting first, let's get a look at our starting lineups for both teams. Starting first, the visiting team on the scoreboard, the Crosby-Ironton Rangers. Number 3 is a senior at 5'10" at the forward position, Josie Schaefer. Number 13 is a senior guard at 5'8" in Hannah Compton. Number 14 is a senior at 5'9" in the forward position, Bryn Hollenhorst, while number 15 is a junior at 5'7" in the guard spot in Margaret Sildren. And number 30 is the freshman 5'11" guard in Tori Orline. Head coach for the Crosby-Ironton Rangers is Pete Vukolich, assisted by Kyle Bartles and Meredith Decent for the Rangers. For the Aitkin Gobblers, their starting lineup will roll like this. Number 15 is a 5'5" junior in Emma Jacobson. Number 20 is a 6-foot senior in Tegan Piesick. Number 21, a 5'5" senior in Eiley Cullum. Number 23 is a 6-foot junior in Emma Sky. Number 24 is a 5'7" senior in Ella Jansen. Head coach for the Aitkin Gobblers in her first season is Kaya Davies, assisted by Shariah Peterson for the Gobblers tonight. Gobblers in their home black uniforms with the Aitkin going across their chest in red numbers, white letters in total here this evening as well, while the Crosby-Ironton Rangers in the road whites tonight. I believe Crosby-Ironton going top to bottom on top of the letters in solid maroon colors, solid maroon numbers and letters here this evening. So Gobblers will be working, I believe, right to left on your radio dials, open up this first half as well. Hopes for hoop. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm going to get it right one of these. It's written right on my shirt. Hoops for Hope night here from from Aitkin High School tonight. I'm just all over the place here. Just excited for this matchup, Jeremy, and it's certainly going to be quite the contest from the very jump, I think.
Yeah, Gobblers got to stay out of the transition basketball, run half-court sets, and Crosby wants to get in that half-court game. They want to put pressure on defensively, create turnovers, so we'll see what will happen. We're about ready to roll.
It'll be Emma Sky and Tori Orline to take the opening tap here. Gobblers working left to right on your radio dials and on your computer screens. Opening tip, won and controlled by the Rangers. It'll go to Bryn Hollenhorst out on the right wing. Back up top now to Margaret Siljan. Works at left side for number 13, Hannah Compton, the senior, with Tori Orline at the top of the key. Left corner three is on the way and good. Open up the ball game. Margaret Siljan hits from downtown. It is a 3-0 start on the scoreboard here tonight with that First Western Bank and Trust opening tip belonging to the Rangers. The Gobblers across half court now to the right side with Emma Jacobson. Back over left side now for Eiley Cullum, one of the numerous Gobbler players limping into this contest, no pun intended, to Eiley Cullum, the right wing. Unfortunately loses the handle going out of bounds with the basketball, as it'll be a turnover. Aitkin on their first possession of the contest here tonight. 3-0 our lead on that scoreboard with 17-18 to play in this first half. Hollenhorst swings it over. Siljan blocked halfway up as she tried to dial another one from downtown. Ella Jansen wasn't having any of it. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Gobblers, so it'll stay with Crosby-Ironton. Compton will inbound from the extreme left corner. Now to Tori Orline, the left wing, being defended by Tegan Piesig. Looks to drive, kicks it back out to Hollenhorst at the right elbow. Swings a pass back out now to Hollenhorst out on the right wing, between the corner and the wing. Thought about it, didn't want to shoot. Provides a screen, Hollenhorst to Orline. Down low, shot thrown up and good, as Josie Schaefer will get an and one. She's fouled on the way as her basket goes. 5-0 to start. First foul of the contest belonging to Aitkin, and Eiley Cullum will be whistled for her first infraction of the evening. Free throw on the way from Schaefer is good. 6-0 start to open up the game tonight for Crosby-Ironton on top of Aitkin. 16:46 to go here in this first half. Gobblers looking for only their second offensive possession of this game so far and looking for some success, trailing 6-0. Now with Ella Jansen at the top of the key, and now looking left corner now on a pass to Emma Jacobson in the lane. Kicks it back out. Cullum gonna fire one up from downtown. Hits off the side of the rim. Rebound brought down by Orline. Orline will look to stretch the floor. Lead pass out in front, just beyond the reach of Siljan. A turnover by Crosby-Ironton. Gobblers will take the inbound from the right of the basket, as it will be Tegan Piesig to inbound. She'll skip it in to Emma Sky. Sky will keep it herself. She tries to bring it across the timeline, running almost into a trap, but gets around it. Nice protection from Cullum as well. Sky to Jacobson at the top of the circle. Right corner. Jansen, I think, over there for three. Off the side of the rim, no good. Long rebound, fighting for it. Last touch by, looks like Hollenhorst that was, and Emma Sky.
Good scramble for the ball there.
Channeling, of course. Rodman-esque play over there, chasing after the loose ball. The worm comes through early on for the Gobblers, trailing 6-0. Pass stolen away by Compton. She'll take it, looks back, lays one up and in for two. 8-0 lead for Crosby-Ironton on top of Aitkin. Gobblers inbound, well defended there, as it is going to be Jacobson across half court now for Aitkin from the free throw line. Looks to drive, but she loses the handle. Jumper from Sky, no good. Rebounded down to Orline. She'll take it across half court herself in 3 steps. Lays it up and in for two, and Tori Orline makes it a 10-0 start. Her first points of the night as well. 4 different scores early on for Crosby-Ironton. 10-0 is the lead. Jacobson the other way to Sky. Low ankle pass to Tegan Pisak on the left wing. Tries to force a pass to Sky, cutting the wrong direction, turned over by Aitkin. 15-10 to go. Compton, right wing, slowing up the offense as Margaret Siljan as she backs out now, looking for some movement. Pass to Josie Schaefer on the right wing as she looks for another pass back to Siljan. Swings it left corner now, 3 from Orline, good. 13-0 run to open up the night. Gobblers trailing 13-0. Just under 3 minutes into the contest. A 13-0 run to open up the contest. Gobblers looking for their first points. Taylor Jansen hands it off to Cullum at the top of the circle. Circles back right side now for Jacobson. At the free throw circle to Emma Sky. Looks to drive from the left double. Stops. Fall away jumper. Good. Gobblers are on the board with their first points of the evening. Lead pass just out in front, looking for Hannah Compton near that right corner. Turnover by Crosby-Ironton. Still 13-2 for Crosby-Ironton. As the net was lodged, Emma Sky unlodges it with a quick layup. Does not count. Otherwise, it would have been Crosby's points, even though it was Emma Sky shooting. Long inbound pass. It will go to Emma Jacobson from Tegan Pisak from the left elbow in the lane and will be called for a travel.
A little assist in the travel there. A little bump from behind. She did travel.
Coming down with it and trying to sneak underneath the defender. Unfortunately, the defender kind of came down on Emma Jacobson, but nonetheless a turnover by Aitkin. 13-2, Crosby-Ironton leads. Josie Schaefer. A pass to Margaret Siljan in the lane. Looks for a pass back out. Now we'll go right side again, back to Siljan. Into the corner for Tori Orline. Forces the pass down low. Hollenhorst can't finish it. Rebounds her own ball and gets it to go. Rebound in the putback for Bryn Hollenhorst. Her first points tonight. Every starter for Crosby-Ironton's on the board with at least 2. 15-2 to open up the game for the Rangers with 13:34 to go in the first half. Eiley Cullum at the top of the circle. Looks for somewhere to go with it right side. Not much movement going for her. Gets it to Emma Sky. Jacobson dials one up from downtown off the side of the rim. No good. Sky with a rebound. Takes it down low. Back to Tegan Pisak. Jumper from the right side. No good. Fight for another rebound. Last touch by Crosby-Ironton. Will stay with the Gobblers. Gobblers get an offensive rebound from Emma Sky, but unable to cash in on it again. But the Gobblers do keep the possession now with an inbound from Jansen. Last touch by a Ranger. It stays with the Gobblers. I believe that was last touch by Schaefer working him against Emma Sky. As we'll see Britta Westman check in for Emma Sky for the first time tonight. First action off the bench for both sides. As the Rangers will defend the inbound with now Emma Jacobson taking the inbound from Jansen at the top of the key. Seeing checking in Samantha Hatchie into the game for the first time tonight. Looking down low, Westman just outside the paint to Jansen. Left wing, skips a pass over to Eiley Cullum. Cullum working towards the right side out on the perimeter. To Westman at the free throw line. Looks to drive, lays one up off the glass. Can't get the shot to fall in, but we'll get 2 free throws for Britta Westman at the line for Aitkin with 12:48 to go in the first half.
Britta's first step is really quick. She gets herself towards the hoop, and sometimes tough for defenders to keep up with her.
First foul belonging to Crosby-Ironton will go to Bryn Hollenhorst. First of 2 free throws good for Britta Westman. The sophomore, 5'8", off the bench for Aitkin. Second free throw, no good. Low rebound into the hands of Margaret Siljan. She'll take it herself across the timeline. Works it straight on. Looks to go to length of floor. She'll finish it with a layup. Cashing in on the missed free throw and almost steals the inbound. Last touch by Siljan. As it'll go back to Aitkin. And the sophomore, Abby Palm, checks in tonight for the first time. Emphatic introduction from our public address announcer, Dave Sedlowski.
Feels the same thing we do, that
absolutely
Abby's been missed.
Abby, she played a lot of minutes last year, even as a freshman too. Contributed off the bench mightily for the Aitkin Gobblers, and obviously being without her services as a inbound almost stolen away by Crosby once again will stay with the Gobblers. Obviously getting her back into the game flow at this point of the season going to be crucial as well, especially the Gobblers want to, obviously make something coming up here in the last, couple of weeks of the season as well.
Yeah, just getting your feet wet, getting back to that game time.
Mm-hmm. Turnover by the Gobblers once again, poked away by Tori Orline. She'll take it after a up and in and finishing it with an and one. Tori Orline stole the ball, gave it up, and one pass later she ends up with it underneath the basket, lays it in for two. She's up to 7 points already for Tori Orline. 19-3 the score for Crosby-Ironton on top of Aitkin. The and one free throw coming up here is no good. Rebounded down to Tegan Piesick. Outlet pass, Abby Palm with a stretch pass. Turnaround jumper shot, no good. Rebounded, tipped out of the air, brought down by Bryn Hollenhorst. Gives it up to Orline. Stretch pass out to Siljan. Siljan will lay it up and in. Transition bucket, easy for the Rangers, 21-3. With 11:52 to go in the first half. Gobblers early on here trying to make something out of this half so far, and a game of runs could certainly help them in a big way. Westman's jumper no good. Nobody there to close out the rebound for Aitkin. It goes to Hollenhorst for the Rangers. Back up top, Siljan thought about the three. She'll hand it off to Hollenhorst once again. We'll see some action off the bench for Aitkin coming up here momentarily. 11:27 to go. Gobblers down 21-3 in the first half. Jumper just inside the arc is good for Samantha Hatchie, 23-3. Rangers firmly out in front with Westman taking the ball across half court. Spins just outside the lane, inside the arc. Now we'll try to drive. Left-handed layup even on the right-handed side. She's fouled on her way to the basket. Bretta Westman will head back to the line for a pair. 11:05 to go here in this first half. Gobblers trail 23-3 against Crosby-Ironton here on Real Country 94.3. First free throw from Westman is no good. Ella Jansen and Camille Paranto are in for the Gobblers as well. Credit to the Paranto family as well as everybody but Jeremy in the Jansen family for helping set up with the Hoops for Hope Night. I had to look at the shirt there just to confirm as well. But I saw you were out there over by the table, so at least it's a family affair with all the pink adorning the gymnasium here tonight from Aitkin. Second free throw as well from Westman was good. 23-4 as the three-pointer no good. Rebound on the putback is followed through by Margaret Siljan. 25-4 for Crosby-Ironton. Swing pass all the way around before it gets across half court. Paranto with the handle. Gets it over to Tegan Piesick at the top of the key. Pass poked out of her hand. It's going to be a fight for a loose ball. Orline comes out with it. She'll drive. The freshman is fouled on her way to the basket. No easy layup for her as she was contested by, I believe, Ella Jansen will get the foul called against her. Fouls tied up at 2 apiece. I'm going to give that one to Tegan, they're going to say, in the area. Definitely saw Ella come streaking in late there as the first free throw from Tori is good. Orline at the line for a pair. 26-4 in favor of Crosby-Ironton as we see Josie Schaefer back into the contest. Second free throw from Orline is no good. Rebound down to Paranto. Gobblers will outlet quickly across half court. Jan's going to dial one up from downtown. She's fouled. And it looks like Jansen will head to the line for 3 free throws.
Just off the front of the iron, she would have an opportunity for a 4-point play there.
Gobblers down 26-4. Gobblers at the line for, I believe, what, the third time already in this first half?
Third time.
Jansen's first is no good off the front of the rim, unfortunately, this time. Foul goes against Margaret Siljan. Team's third of the half. Say on the scoreboard, both teams with 3 fouls. Second free throw no good from Jansen. Get some reassurance from her teammates as Emma Jacobson is back in for Aitkin. Abby Palm checks out. Third and final free throw is no good. Gobblers come up empty on the 3 free throws from Ella Jansen, trailing 26-4. Just over 10 minutes to play in the first half. Back up top, left side, Siljan. Bullet pass inside to Orline. Spins away from a defender, laying it up and in. No good. A rebound fought for. Put back from Orline is missed this time. Siljan will get the rebound, and the Rangers will reassess with Compton. Right side. Back up top, Compton left open for 3 straight on. Long rebound. It's going to be picked up by Tegan Pisak for the Gobblers. 9:47 to go. A couple opportunities for Crosby-Ironton to finish the possession, come up empty-handed, as it's going to be bounced off the foot of Westman. Going out of bounds, and it'll be Ranger basketball. Emma Skye will check back in for Aitkin. Britta Westman will check out. 9:41 to go here in the first half. 26-4. Crosby-Ironton on top of Aitkin in girls high school basketball. Previous matchup between these two, it was 80-25 over in Crosby. Inside pass, turnaround jumper from Schaefer off the back of the rim, no good. A rebound fought for, it's loose. It's taken away again by Crosby-Ironton to Siljan. Right side for Compton, deep 3, right wing, no good. Rebound, last touch by Aitkin, they're gonna say, and it'll go back to Crosby-Ironton. Gobblers unable to hang on to the basketball, even though might have been interfered with and poked out of the hands of Camille Peranto.
A little bit of body there, push from behind.
Orline, left corner, step back 3, off the side of the rim, no good. Long rebound back down to Samantha Hatchie, the freshman off the bench. Orline lays it up and in and good.
Gobblers are going to get back in this game. They're going to have to start to rebound. Down 10-3 rebounds right now.
You take even half of them, even 3/4 of those rebounds away. I think that's like at least 2-3 possessions that Crosby-Ironton's had 2 or 3 second chance opportunities, as the runner in the lane is interfered with and stopped by Crosby-Ironton from Emma Jacobson. 28-4. Crosby-Ironton leads with 8:48 to go in the first half, under halfway to go in this first half. Inbound to Emma Skye. Spots up from the left wing, directing traffic towards the middle. Emma and Camille both out on the floor for the Gobblers, as Skye from the top of the key looks for a pass to go somewhere. Tough defense from the Rangers, bounced off the leg, and players going down on each side for Aitkin and Crosby. Looks like the Gobblers will keep the basketball, and a couple of those players heading to the floor. One of them comes up limping. That's going to be, it's like Margaret Siljan, about to get rolled up on by a Gobbler. In is going to be number 10, Annalise Vigneri. She's in for the first time tonight, the junior guard at 5'5". Jansen will inbound to Peranto, up and under, tries to go strong to the hoop, loose rebound taken by Orline. Orline stretches it, long pass in to Hatchie. Fought for it down low on the baseline. It's going to be taken by the Gobblers in. Ella Jansen, strong outlet pass turned over to Compton. Compton at the top of the key, fed down low. Hatchie lays it up and in for 2, 30-4 the score. Gobblers trailing 30-4. 8 minutes to play against Crosby-Ironton. Skye across the timeline, works it down low. Looking for a pass out of the lane, almost taken away by the Rangers, and Josie Schaefer at the free throw line. Back out to Ella Jansen. Tough defense, press up by the Rangers in the left corner for Peranto. She'll drive left baseline. Stolen away as it's tipped out of the air. Orline looks to drive herself across half court from the right elbow. Lays it up and in for 2 more.
Officials are definitely letting them play. Must have an appointment later tonight.
32-4 the score. And a timeout taken by Aitkin. Coach Davies wants to talk things over. 7:32 to play in the first half. Crosby-Ironton leads 32-4 here on Real Country 94.3 and rjbroadcasting.com.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's Jerrid.
Welcome back here on Real Country 94.3 as well as YourLiveEvent.com. Crosby-Ironton girls lead the Aiken Gobblers 32-4. Tori Orline leading the way with 12 points for Crosby-Ironton. 2 points belonging to the likes of Emma Skye, and I believe Britta Westman with also a couple of points as well for the Gobblers.
Yep, Britta 2 of 4 from the free throw line.
Gobblers having a hard time. Of course, the turnovers have been something throughout the season, but obviously, too, half of those points scored for Crosby-Ironton coming in the fact that they've just had the difficult time, the Gobblers, and just closing out on rebounds both ends of the floor especially. Gobblers get the ball out of the timeout from Coach Kaya Davies as loose ball on the floor as Jansen turns it over. It'll go to Samantha Hashi. She'll drive, lays it up with the right hand, and we'll get a block foul against Aitkin, and that will be, now one official says block, now they're going to say.
She was not even close, not even close to the charge circle there. She was a foot and a half outside.
One says, I thought maybe one official on the backside said maybe a charge, but.
He did. The guy across the way said charge. The guy down here said block. Pointed to the charge circle that she was inside, wasn't close.
But they're going to call the block against Emma Skye, her first tonight, sends Hashi to the line for 2. Makes the first of 2 as Skye with her first foul. Team's 4th of the half for Aitkin. 7:17 to go in the first half. Second free throw is good. 34-4, back up to a 30-point advantage for Crosby-Ironton. Jansen's pass down low to Paranto going up against Josie Schaefer. Tries to go up with the right-handed shot. Basket will not count. Foul will stay on the floor. Schaefer will be whistled for her first.
Official was
Paranto.
looking for a call there, looking to make a quick foul call.
7:06 to go in the first half. 34-4 our score so far. Gobblers in this first half. Looking for something positive on offense. Turnaround shot from Paranto. Quick off the backboard, no good. Rebounded down to Schaefer, and here comes Tori Orline across half court. And it'll go to Orline in the right corner. Skip down low. Schaefer up and strong and finishes it 36-4. With 6:45 to go. Schaefer now in 5 points in total. Is also into the contest after the timeout was Annalise Vigneri. She actually is in for Margaret Silgen, who's been out dealing with the ankle, I believe. She got rolled up on a few minutes ago in game time as the initial shot from Piesick denied by Tori Orline. Abby Palm will check in for Tegan Piesick.
Abby's second appearance, first half here.
Gobblers will inbound to the basketball, left of the basket. Jansen triggering the inbound in the left corner, stolen away by Orline. Orline will take it herself across half court from the free throw line. Floater in the lane off the backboard, gets the touch and falls right in for 2 more. Tori Orline with 14 in the half so far. Across half court is Abby Palm wearing number 3 for the Gobblers. Skip pass right side now for Emma Jacobson. Jacobson picks up the dribble, and pass is going to be taken away by Vigneri. And it will be a foul called. 38-4. As a foul called against Aitkin. I believe that will go against Jacobson. That'll be her second.
10th turnover for the Gobblers here in the first half.
5:57 to go here in the first half. Jansen and Paranto are out. Cullum and Westman back in for the Gobblers. Hashi swings a pass side to side now for Compton. Back to Hashi once again. Top of the right side for Compton. She works it to the right side again. Back to Hashi in the right corner. Compton almost comes out with it. Goes off the foot of Emma Jacobson, and it'll stay with the Rangers. They'll inbound to the extreme right side of the baseline for this possession. 5:38 to go in the first half. 38-4 our score. Right side, Vigneri down low, up and in strong for Tori Orline. 40-4 is the score. Stoppage here momentarily as Tori Orline's shoes can't keep up with her. Shoelaces come untied. As the Gobblers will inbound the basketball, see some movement off the Ranger bench. We'll see 3 fresh bodies come off the bench as Ali Cullum, unable to handle the pass from Emma Skye, turns it over to the Gobblers. We'll see Margaret Silgen back in. How much giddy up in her step. after falling earlier.
I think she got it on the Achilles there, maybe.
Yeah,
Got it on.
Just good to see her back out on the floor. Karina Nixon, the senior, and obviously other in as well, and Bryn Hollenhorst. Gobblers keying in on Orline, denying her any shot as a jumper outside the lane, as it'll go to Nixon between her hands, turned over by the Rangers with 5:04 to play in the first half. 40-4, Aitkin trails.
Just the third turnover for the Rangers here in the first half.
Inbound from Jacobson goes to Britta Westman, holds up at half court now, just getting it across half court to the Gobblers before the over and back. As Jacobson gets a screen from Palm. Skip pass to the line, now down low for Sky. Backhand a pass, up and in, can't finish it. Gobblers turn it over again after the layup from Eiley Cullum. And the Rangers come the other way with Margaret Siljan. Bryn Hollenhorst inside the arc. Back up top to Siljan, gonna fire a three just off the left side. Banks it in and good. 43-4, 4.5 to play in the first half. Cullum looks to drive. Down below the basket. Jumper from Sky, no good. Rebounded down to number 13 in Hannah Compton. Compton, long stretch outlet pass. In the left corner, Orline left alone for three. That, lucky enough, the Gobblers unable to cap that one as they get the rebound from Emma Sky. Outlets to Emma Jacobson. Jacobson from the right elbow. Into the baseline, up and under. It will be a turnaround shot, no good from Westman. Fought for it. Gobblers come out with it in Emma Sky. To the right side. Palm keeps it alive for the Gobblers out on the right wing. Turn around, pass into the right corner for Westman. Westman looks for movement from her teammates. Emma Sky near the right corner. Sky, pick up the dribble. Looking for the movement from her teammates around the perimeter. Sky, skip pass, I should say. Palm with a skip pass to Westman. Left corner to Cullum. Cullum out on the wing, now back in the left corner for Britta Westman. 3.5 to go. Gobblers trying to create something here on offense, as it'll be Jacobson fouled on her way to the basket as she drove to the baseline. 43-4 our score with now 3:24 to go in the first half. Gobblers have a couple players looking to check in here momentarily as the foul assessed to Karina Nixon. Her first, team's fifth of the half.
Gobblers just 2 of 8 from the free throw line.
44-4 is the score, as the second free throw from Jacobson is good. Now 43-5 the score. Jumper off the right side and shot no good. Up and in for Orline, finishes off for 2 more. As the Rangers now with a 45-5 advantage. Back to the line will be number, well, actually not to the line, excuse me. Foul called against Margaret Siljan. That'll be her second. As a turnover off the inbound from Tegan Piesick, laying it up and in is Hannah Compton. A 47-5 now our score with 2:48 to go. Laying it up and in for Emma Jacobson, good. Jacobson now makes it 47-7. Gobblers still trail with 2.5 to go at 40. Right side, Compton fires it up and will knock it down for 3. Now make it a 50-7 lead. Gobblers across half court, turn it over once again. It will go a stretch pass out to Tori Orline, easy layup for him. Gobblers bring it across half court to Britta Westman. Turn around with a left-handed layup is good. And then at 55 to go here. Gobblers trail 52-9. Tori Orline, 20 points already here and near the halftime as a foul called on the other side.
Got an offensive foul That's on Hannah Compton.
(52-9) the score. Inbound will come in front of the Gobbler bench, which will go to the likes of Ella Jansen, Jansen tries to get it across half court, denied before Eiley Cullum will bring it across the timeline itself. Back out to Tegan, going to fire the three off the left wing, short of the mark. Paranto tries to keep it alive. It will stay in with 1:27 to go. Somehow along the baseline as Cullum in transition runs into Margaret Siljan. 1:25 to play, 52-9 our score here in this first half. Confirmation here on the foul, it seems.
It was just the 6th, I think. They were thinking it was a 1-and-1.
Gotcha. 1:22 to go here in the first half. Swing pass from Orline, works it now to the right side. And we'll look to drive again, will be Hannah Compton. Steps back, three on the way, off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound is loose. It's taken away by the Gobblers and Ella Jansen with a minute to go in the first half. Now it's taken away by Crosby-Ironton once again, laying it up and in. It's just too easy on the back end for the Rangers with Hannah Compton now up by the score of 54-9. Gobblers will try to bring it out to the other way with Camille Paranto. Swings it out. Tegan Piesick, left wing, three-pointer, good. Tegan Piesick knocks down the three-pointer, 54-12. 35 seconds, transition layup in for Siljan, 56-12 now the score. 25 seconds to go. Eiley Cullum, her pass trying to get to Jansen, stone away. Outlets now, loose ball to Karina Nixon. Leaves the shot a little bit short as Orline fights for the rebound, and we get a tie up on the jump ball. It will stay. It will actually go to Aitkin, I should say. Gobblers will get the basketball, 11 seconds to go in the first half. Jumper on the way from the three-point arc, and not going to be good for that being Ella Jansen. Inbound will go to the Rangers and Tori Orline just before the buzzer, lays it up and in, and that will do it for the first half. 58-12, our halftime score. Crosby-Ironton leads the Aitkin Gobblers. Coming up here at the half, of course, to get a look with our out-of-town scoreboard, the Rangers and the Gobblers here on Hoops for Hope night here from Aitkin High School. We'll take a break. Halftime report comes up. Gobblers trail against Crosby-Ironton 58-12 here on Real Country 94.3 and rjbroadcasting.com.
In the heart of Cuyuna Country sits the city of Crosby, a central...
I'm dreaming of a world where thinkers and doers collide, where technology creates pathways for new opportunities and ideas. I want to ask questions and shape the answers that lead to real and meaningful advancements in this digital era. I'm going to innovate the world someday.
Riverwood Healthcare Center in Aitkin provides total joint care for shoulders, elbows, hips, knees, hands, and wrists. Our team of highly skilled orthopedic surgeons use innovative procedures to increase mobility and reduce pain. Get back to the activities you enjoy. Learn more at riverwoodhealthcare.org. Riverwood Healthcare, your trusted leader for orthopedics and sports medicine.
I'm dreaming of a world where everyone has the opportunity for education. Where classrooms are not only a place to learn, but to make an impact. I will help the next generation of game changers and difference makers. I am going to teach the world someday.
Here in beautiful central Minnesota, we get to enjoy nature every day. At Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, we understand because we live, work, and play here too. However, just because you're not in the big city doesn't mean you can't have access to great internet service. Let MLEC Fiber give you the fast and reliable internet you deserve. Check to see if MLEC Fiber is available where you live. Visit us online or call our office at 218-429-0433.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
Mr. May's ornithology class. My last 6 years on the Aitkin All-Stars.
Going to Rumble on the Red wrestling tournament.
I was going to the state tournament last year for wrestling.
Making one of those last-minute shots against Crosby.
Going to state my 10th grade year for wrestling.
The Virginia tournament during basketball.
My chemistry class last year.
I would say the Virginia tournament.
Going to state my freshman year for dance. Being able to participate in multiple sports teams.
We always practice good sportsmanship and respect. Go Gobblers.
Go All-Stars.
I'm dreaming of a world where the crack of a bat is not just a hobby, but a lifestyle. Where I can build upon long traditions from the ground up. I want to work in an industry where all people can make their own field of dreams become reality. I'm going to elevate the world of sports someday.
Welcome back here to Aitkin High School here on KKIN FM Real Country 94.3. And for those also tuning in at rjbroadcasting.com as well as yourliveevent.com, as our color commentator analyst Jeremy Jansen pressed into auction duty here tonight. But our halftime score here on Real Country 94.3 sees the Crosby-Ironton Ranger girls basketball team on top of Aitkin 58-12 here at the halftime break. Gobblers out-rebounded in a near 3-1 margin, 15 turnovers in the first half, while the Rangers have just made their work so far of just getting to the basket, scoring in transition, of course, with Tori Orline getting 22 points in the first half, while the Aitkin Gobblers only get just 4 points in the half, led by the likes of Bretta Westman. Difficulty shooting as well. Fair amount of turnovers, again, at a near 15 turnovers for the Aitkin Gobblers, trailing 58-12 here at the halftime break. Crosby-Ironton opened up the game with a 13-0 run. You felt from that point it was going to be tough sledding for the Gobblers, and it certainly was, coming up here with this halftime break, down by the score of 58-12. Get a break here on the halftime show. Of course, we'll get more with this halftime show. Of course, some of the 6th grade girls basketball teams set to compete against Crosby-Ironton here at the halftime break. And of course, the Hoops for Hope night, auctioning off at halftime a couple of shirts, one signed by the Aitkin Gobblers and one going to be signed after the game as well by Crosby-Ironton and Aitkin as well. So some great money being raised here in a fight for the cure. Take a break here on the halftime show. 58-12, Crosby-Ironton girls leads the Aitkin Gobblers here on KKIN FM Real Country 94.3 and yourliveevent.com.
You want the best in quality bodywork. You need to take it to Aitkin Body Shop. They can handle any collision or auto glass repair, and they have a state-of-the-art facility and technology. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit them at 421 North Minnesota Avenue. Towing services also available. Give them a call at 218-927-2883. Remember the name that stands for quality and trust. That's Aitkin Body Shop, providing exceptional auto body collision and paint repair since 1974.
It's been more than just a family tradition since 1938. Purchasing a new Ford car, truck, or pre-owned vehicle from Aitkin Motors. Family owned and operated. Aitkin Motors offers you a stress-free car shopping experience. Need an oil change? New tires? Check out the low price tire guarantee. Aitkin Motors has a full service department with factory-trained Ford technicians. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit AitkinMotorsCO.com.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1. We are ISD1.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Dustin Richters.
Favorite teacher is Mr. Miller.
Mr. Googe is my favorite teacher.
Definitely Miss Grader. Definitely Miss Grader in class biology. Mr. May.
Right now is psychology.
Mr. Smith's my favorite teacher.
Mr. May's science class.
Any art class.
Mr. May in my ornithology class.
We always practice good sportsmanship and respect. Go Gobblers. Go All-Stars.
Welcome back here on Real Country 94.3. And for those also tuning in at yourliveevent.com with the video stream here this evening, Paul Vold joined alongside with Jeremy Jansen. Actually, Jeremy Jansen, who was in auction mode here earlier, actually had to go use the facility here at the halftime break. Speaking of halftime breaks, with our out-of-town scoreboard, again, 58-12, our halftime score here on Real Country 94.3, Crosby-Ironton on top of Aitkin. Halftime scores over on Skeeter 101.5, Moose Lake Willow River boys on top of Crosby-Ironton 40-30 on Skeeter 101.5. Halftime over on Cash 95.9, 3WI FM. Detroit Lakes and Pequot Lakes, a pair of top 10 ranked teams. Detroit Lakes in Class 3A. Pequot Lakes in 2A, tied at halftime, 28-28. Second half could be quite exciting. And then the halftime break as well, another good one over on Dock 100 KLKS with boys high school basketball. ESCO leading at halftime against Pequot Lakes. Now the ESCO Eskimos ranked number 10 in the Class 2A standings, up 33-32. At the halftime break, again on Talk 100 KLKS. But here with a halftime score of 58-12. Looking at some of the numbers from this first half, again, Tori Orline leading the way, 22 points, also getting in total 6 rebounds in that first half for the Rangers. Gobblers getting out rebounded in a near 3-1 margin in that first half. Again, we'll get some more of the numbers as they come available to us as well. But the Gobblers having their troubles here in this contest, obviously just establishing any sort of momentum, of course, when it comes on the offensive side of the game here tonight. And seems to be that they're kind of forcing a few extra passes as well, with their being now trailing 58-12 here at the halftime break. And right now, the Aitkin Gobblers and the Crosby-Ironton Rangers standing by right now as the sixth graders get their chance out on the big floor here tonight as well. But now joined back with Jeremy Jansen, our color commentator, pressed into work tonight. You get I believe that's the first time I've ever heard you do your auction call there. Yes,
really?
Believe it or not.
Interesting.
Yes. Heard your dad do it a bunch of times, but this is the first time I've heard you do it. And, well, not too shabby, to say the least.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Great cause to do that, the whole night. And, going back to cancer research in just a great opportunity to donate, and so always fun to be a part of that.
Absolutely. Of course, 2 shirts that were being auctioned off, one that will be signed after the game by the Aitkin Gobblers, the other one by both teams, correct? That was the 2 shirts that were being given away?
Yeah, so they're numbered currently, and then
gotcha.
After the game, I guess they'll sign next to their numbers then. So.
Gotcha. Well, there you go. As the Aitkin Gobblers and the Crosby-Ironton Rangers, 58-12, our halftime score. Jeremy, we mentioned already here at the halftime break, Gobblers unable to really establish anything offensively here in this first half, and also just getting out-rebounded, almost at a 3-1 margin through that first half, too.
Yeah, it's been that, the 15 turnovers, the 3 turnovers, again, transition points, even on the mate buckets that we've had, all of a sudden you turn around and it's a 2-on-1 for Crosby the other way. So it's just, it's tough. They're not to take anything away from, our girls, but Crosby's a talented team.
Yes.
Across their starting 5 and a couple come off the bench. Very, very talented.
Yeah, they're going to have some good players for a number of years, even with the starters that they did have. Obviously, Compton, Schaefer, and Hollandhorst, of course. Tori Orline, she's a freshman, but already, her 3rd year starting varsity as well, as they, 58-12 here with the halftime score. Opened up a 13-0 run to open up the contest. You knew it was going to be tough sledding from that point on for the Gobblers too. But any way that they can just, try to find something out of this here from this first half going into the second half is just a lot of things just can't come up with empty possessions.
Empty possessions, can't force the ball.
Yeah.
Too many turnovers. And just play confident. Just come out and play. I mean, there's nothing to lose here. Go out and play hard and have fun and have a second half.
Yep, second half will be coming up here in just a few minutes. 58-12, our halftime score. Crosby-Ironton leads the Aitkin Gobblers in girls high school basketball. 22 points at the half for Tori Orline. Britta Westman leads the Gobblers with 4 at the break. We'll get a break here on the halftime show. Of course, second half adjustments coming up and more with our out-of-town scoreboard as the Gobblers trail Crosby-Ironton 58-12 here on Real Country 94.3 and rjbroadcasting.com.
My roots run deep. I dream of a world where planting a seed can bring forth the food and knowledge our world needs right now. The field is my classroom, and I have the power to make a difference. I am going to feed the world someday.
Here in beautiful central Minnesota, we get to enjoy nature every day. At Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, we understand because we live, work, and play here too. However, just because you're not in the big city doesn't mean you can't have access to great internet service. Let MLEC Fiber give you the fast and reliable internet you deserve. Check to see if MLEC Fiber is available where you live. Visit us online or call our office at 218-429-0433.
If your vehicle has an unfortunate mishap, you want the best in quality bodywork. You need to take it to Aitkin Body Shop. They can handle any collision or auto glass repair, and they have a state-of-the-art facility and technology. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit them at 421 North Minnesota Avenue. Towing services also available. Give them a call at 218-927-2883. Remember the name that stands for quality and trust. That's Aitkin Body Shop, providing exceptional auto body collision and paint repair since 1974.
Welcome back here tonight on A Real Country 94.3. For those also tuning in at the video stream on yourliveevent.com, our halftime score is 58-12 here on KKN FM Real Country 94.3. Out of town scoreboard update again over on Skeeter 101.5. Have Moose Lake Willow River boys basketball up by the score of 40-30 against Crosby-Ironton. Halftime score on Cache 95.9. Detroit Lakes and Pequot Lakes girls tied, and halftime 28-28. And Esco is playing host to Pequot Lakes boys basketball. Esco's on top 33-32 at the halftime break. Those games probably just getting started with their second half coming up here as well. But Aitkin Gobblers trail against the Crosby-Ironton Rangers 58-12. And then, Jeremy, we talked about just before going into the our latest break is, for the girls here, especially for Aitkin, it's just look at what you can do here in the second half and, just take the score completely out of it and just try to find some success going in here to the second half of the game.
You're just trying to win 3-minute stretches, 5-minute stretches, whatever. And it's not necessarily on the score. It's
right.
Things, you have little goals within that. And
exactly.
And if they can do that, some positives come out moving into their game on Friday.
Yeah, Gobblers will be Friday at home here against Park Rapids. Of course, we'll have coverage of that right here on, of course, that being on Homegrown Local Radio. I believe we'll be on KKN AM for that one. And, of course, we'll have coverage on yourliveevent.com. Can confirm KKN AM, the Gobbler, will have coverage of the Aitkin Gobbler girls against Park Rapids on Friday. Thursday, we'll have the Aitkin Gobbler boys playing host to Staples Motley on KKN AM and also yourliveevent.com as the sixth grade girls game kind of wrapping up here in the next couple of months. Again, both teams will get a chance to kind of loosen back up, or at least maybe that's the plan, to start off this second half with it being 58-12 coming in here to the second half. So we'll get one more break. Second half action coming up here as well. Crosby-Ironton and the Aitkin Gobbler girls. It's 58-12 Crosby-Ironton on Real Country 94.3 and also yourliveevent.com.
It's been more than just a family tradition since 1938. Purchasing a new Ford car, truck, or pre-owned vehicle from Aitkin Motors. Family owned and operated. Aitkin Motors offers you a stress-free car shopping experience. Need an oil change? New tires? Check out the low-price tire guarantee. Aitkin Motors has a full service department with factory-trained Ford technicians. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit AitkinMotorsCO.com.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1. We are ISD1.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Dustin Richters.
Favorite teacher is Mr. Miller.
Mr. Googe is my favorite teacher.
Definitely Miss Grader. Definitely Miss Grader in class biology.
Mr. May.
Right now is psychology.
Mr. Smith's my favorite teacher.
Mr. May's science class.
Any art class.
Mr. May in my ornithology class.
We always practice good sportsmanship and respect. Go Gobblers.
Go All-Stars.
My roots run deep. I dream of a world where planting a seed can bring forth the food and knowledge our world needs right now. The field is my classroom, and I have the power to make a difference. I am going to feed the world someday.
Welcome back here on Real Country 94.3 and also at yourliveevent.com. Second half already up in action as well, and a layup right off the opening inbound from number 14, then being Bryn Hollenhorst. Crosby-Ironton now up 60-12. Paul Vold, Jeremy Jansen on yourliveevent.com, and KKIN FM Real Country 94.3 as the Gobblers come back the other way with Emma Skye down low. Pushes her way, right-handed shot off the back of the rim, no good. Fight for a rebound as Eiley Cullum taken down to the floor, even with a little bit of help from a teammate. Gobblers will keep the basketball even after the tie-up, as it is 60-12 with 7:23 to go here in this second half of basketball. Jansen will inbound to the basketball to Cullum. Quick jumper off the inbound, no good. Rebounded down to Margaret Siljan. She'll take it herself. 14 points in the half. From the first half to Tori Orline. Cross-court heave to Hannah Compton. Fires it up from downtown off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound down to Orline. Up and in. Can't finish the shot. As it'll be Tegan Piesick with the basketball. She'll take the rebound across half court for the Gobblers. Tries to go up and in, and she's blocked on her way out by Tori Orline. And the Gobblers will keep the basketball. Britta Westman leads the way for the Aiken Gobblers with just 4 points in the contest. After that first half, inbound to Eiley Cullum from Ella Jansen. Takes it from the right wing to the top of the circle, does Cullum. Looks for movement, left side, gets it to Tegan Piesick. Piesick looking for a penetrating pass to Britta Westman, but she'll take a movement off to the left as a behind screen. Now up and in with the pass to Westman. Last touch by Crosby-Ironton as the shot goes out of bounds. And will stay with the Gobblers. 16:39 to go in regulation of this contest. 60-12 our score. Inbound from Jansen to left of the basket for Aiken. Looks for that near pass in the right corner now. Tipped out, and last touch by Britta Westman. Going out of bounds with it, and will go back to Crosby-Ironton. So this matchup last year with Crosby-Ironton and Aiken, that Tori Orline, as she brings it across half court, scored her 1,000th career point.
I think she's less than 100 from 2,000 now.
Let's not hope she decides to have a heck of a second half, and we'll keep her.
Well, I'm saying that with the total tonight.
Right.
So after the Gobblers' last game, I do know that she was about 300, and they've played 6 games since that time. So
with the average of 30.5 points per game, she certainly dissolved a few records on her wake since starting as a 7th grader. As the Gobblers come up empty-handed on offensive possession, laying it up and in, no good from Margaret Siljan. Jansen gets the rebound for the Gobblers. Back the other way. Jansen from the left wing, skip pass over to Eiley Cullum. Back to Ella Jansen, left alone, fires up a three-pointer, no good. Rebound down to Emma Skye. Thought it would come down with it. Stolen away by Tori Orline. Throws up a shot, runner up and in, and good. 62-12. 15.5 to go. Now up to 24 is Tori Orline in this contest for the Rangers. To Eiley Cullum at the top of the key, left side now out on the wing. Feed pass inside, looking for Westman. Keeps it alive, does Britta. Now back to Eiley Cullum. Circles her way to the free throw line. Ball goes off a body part, and we get fouls assessed to both sides here.
I think it was Siljan picking up her third.
Yeah, Siljan will be her third foul. Gobbler player down on the floor, that being Emma Skye. Camille Peranto will check in for Emma.
She banged her knee pretty hard on the court.
Yeah, her and Siljan both going down in that as well, with there being 15-17 to go here in this second half as well. We'll just step aside for a quick 30-second timeout here on Real Country 94.3 and also at yourliveevent.com.
Here in beautiful central Minnesota, we get to enjoy nature every day. At Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, we understand because we live, work, and play here too. However, just because you're not in the big city doesn't mean you can't have access to great internet service. Let MLEC Fiber give you the fast and reliable internet you deserve. Check to see if MLEC Fiber is available where you live. Visit us online or call our office at 218-429-0433.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
Welcome back here on Real Country 94.3. For those also tuning in with the video stream at yourliveevent.com, Emma Sky able to walk up off the floor under her own power. And Camille Peranto in for the Gobblers as well. 62-12, 5:17 to go in this second half. Crosby-Ironton on top of Aitkin. Peranto gets the inbound immediately. Her shot no good. Gets her own rebound, fouled in the process. She'll head her way to the free throw line as Emma Sky starts on one end of the bench, goes back to the other, and looks like she'll be all right to check back in here before too long.
I think it was, like I said, I think it was just a bang on the floor on that scramble, and good for Emma that she's okay.
2 free throws for Camille Peranto. Misses the front end of 2 as the foul assessed to Josie Schaefer. That'll be her second. Another out-of-town scoreboard update over on yourliveevent.com. It is a 40-17 halftime lead for the Pine River Bacchus Tigers basketball team, that being the boys team on top of LaPorte. Again, that's on yourliveevent.com. 15 minutes to go. Second free throw from Peranto is no good. Second opportunity again for Josie Schaefer after a miss up and in. Can't finish it to go a second time, and it will be more opportunity for Crosby-Ironton. Under 15 to go. 3 from the right corner from Siljan is good. 65-12 the score. Siljan now with 17 in the contest. Tegan Pisak, deep 3 left wing, no good. Rebounded down to Westman, her shot blocked up, but will get the ball back to the hands of Hannah Compton for the Rangers. 3 from Tori Orline is good the other way. 68-12 now, Tori Orline at 27. We'll see 3 bodies come on the floor for the Rangers, with 1 for Aitkin on the next opportunity stoppage. To the right side now for Eiley Cullum. Hands it off to Westman, up and under the basket as she is blocked up, and will get her own rebound. Second opportunity at a shot miss as the Rangers get the loose ball to Josie Schaefer. Schaefer along the baseline, stolen away by Peranto. Poked out of her hands, but it's going to be Compton that comes out with the basketball. Make that Hannah Compton. Looks for Orline on the right wing. Now back to Compton in the right corner. Into the paint, turnaround shot. No good from Schaefer. Rebounded down to Cullum as she's impeded upon as she hits the deck. And a couple of Rangers in the area. Tori Orline. First foul for her. Team's third of the half as well for Crosby-Ironton. See Lucy Lewandowski wearing number 12 for the Rangers check-in. Annalise Vigneri back in as well. First time in the second half. And also Samantha Hashi played significant minutes early on in the first half, back in as well for the Rangers. 13:27 to go. To Emma Jacobson, who just checked in for Aitkin as well, in for Tegan Pisak. Top of the key for Cullum. Goes right side on the pass to Ella Jansen. Jansen, cross court, again, back up top for Cullum. Left elbow extended out pass out on the perimeter now to the right side for Jansen. Jansen looks for a pass now back to Britta Westman. Westman at the line, turns away. Now pass in the left corner now for Eiley Cullum. Cullum looks to drive. She'll kick it down to the far corner and try to keep it alive to Jansen, but it's thrown out of bounds as she was going one direction, and unfortunately couldn't quite get enough of a pass to a teammate and throws it out of bounds, unfortunately.
Fourth turnover for the Gobblers this half.
12:54 to go. Orline across half court, banks it in, can't get the shot to go as fouled on the rebound. Stays out on the floor. No continuation as she did shoot it and it did go in, but no continuation. Foul goes against Britta Westman. That'll be her first, team's first of the half as well. Orline will inbound to Hannah Compton. Compton swings it back up top for Lewandowski. Orline for three, right wing, no good. And actually, no, it went in actually. A high rebound after the shot. It looked like it kicked out, but it kicked up and went straight down for Tori Orline.
It was way up in the air.
Shooter's roll, to say the least. Defensively, Gobblers turn it over. Now 30 points on the night for number 30. Right at the season average, Tori Orline.
Go along with her 9 rebounds.
Season high, 46 points. 12:27 to go. Orline will inbound as Eiley Cullum's out. Abby Palm back in for the Gobblers with 12:26 to go here in regulation against Aitkin and Crosby-Ironton. Hashi in the right corner will drive her way in before kicking a pass to Hannah Compton. Up top, left side on the wing for Lewandowski. Vignieri into the left corner for Orline. 3 on the way off the side of the rim, and it's going to be rebounded by Jansen. Jansen will get the board for the Gobblers. Across the timeline, the Gobblers will find a pass to Britta Westman on the right wing, extended out to the right elbow, I should say. Palm with the handle on the right wing, looks to drive inside. Right-handed shot up, not good enough as it kicks around into the hands of Tori Orline. The full head of steam at the free throw line. Lays it up and in. Too strong off the backboard. Fight for a rebound to Ella Jansen. 71-12 the score for the Gobblers. Or excuse me, for the Rangers on top of the Gobblers with 11.5 to go. Right side, Westman. Looks for a pass out of trouble on a double team. It's going to be ripped out of her hands. Loose ball. Gobblers will recover. No over and back as it was last touched by a Ranger. Reach in on the foul. Will go against Tori Orline. That'll be her second. Team's fourth of the half as well. Gobblers with just 2 fouls in the half itself. And good to see Emma Skye checking back in as Britta Westman checks out for Aitkin. 11:18 to go. 71-12. Jansen will inbound to Emma Jacobson. Jacobson trying to make her way back to the top of the circle. Pass poked out of her hand, but regains. Right corner now for a Palm. Pass inside. It's going to be taken away by Orline as she throws it from out of bounds back inbounds as Hashi lays it up too strong. Rebound from Lewandowski, no good. Another rebound goes in the hands of Hashi as a foul called on the floor. Going to get no continuation on the foul. 10:59 to go in this second half. Once we get past that midway point of 9 minutes, clock will continue to run. 71-12. Inbound, Vignieri, left corner, 3 from Orline. No good. Rebound down to Compton. Take it out to the left corner, dribbling it back out, trying to work more clock for the Rangers as Compton. To Hashi at the top of the circle. Looks towards the bench, says Hashi. No instruction there. Lead pass into Compton just off her fingertips and goes out of bounds. It will go back to Aitkin.
Third turnover for the Rangers, 6 total on the night.
71-12, 10.5 to go. Gobblers with the basketball. Emma Jacobson to Ella Jansen. Back to Jacobson, top of the circle. Right side on the wing for Jansen. Thought about it for the 3, but will hold on to it. Work it back to Jacobson. Top of the circle, left side now out on the wing for Abby Palm. Tries to step inside. Throws the ball off the leg of Compton out of bounds. Will stay with Aitkin. 71-12 the score. Inbound to Skye, back to Jansen, left corner, 3-pointer is good. 71-15 the score. Gobblers coming into this second half come up with some points. 71-15 the score. 10 minutes ago. Rangers with the basketball. Lead pass inside. Coming up and in. Finishing in is Tori Orline, 73-15. Shot up and in, or I should say the three-pointer from Jacobson, no good. Outlet pass on the rebound from Crosby-Ironton. Goes up strong, can't finish it due to the Rangers, and Emma Sky comes out with the board and a fight for it on the tie-up on the jump ball. It will go to stay with Crosby-Ironton, it looks like. A three-pointer from Ella Jansen, the first points of the second half for Aitkin as well, as it was 58-12 at the break. And three from Jansen gets the Gobblers on the board after the most recent possession for them. Rangers with the basketball. Vigneri looking to drive as she will be fouled before she gets to the hoop. And will be a continuation foul called against Abby Palm. Team's fourth foul of the half for Aitkin, 4 as well for Crosby-Ironton. Vigneri inbounds. Orline can't finish it. Second opportunity, good for Tori Orline. 75-15. 9:18 to go. Clock will wind down with Emma Jacobson. Looking out the right side. Pass inside now for Emma Sky. Back out to Jacobson. Stops and pops a shot, fouled on her way to the basket, and it looks like we'll get free throws coming up here for Emma Jacobson. And that will go Hatchie for her first of the night. And Emma Jacobson at the line for the first time tonight, Jeremy?
Second time.
Second time, all right. First of two, guaranteed good.
Gobblers now 4 of 12 from the free throw line.
75-16 the score. Crosby-Ironton leads. A couple subs checking in. Looks like Hannah Compton out for the Rangers. Second free throw is good. 75-17 our score.
Did you give an update to the Rangers Moose Lake game at half?
I did get an update, and I just got said. Inbound to the left side now, as should say the inbound. 69-62 Moose Lake Willow River beats Crosby-Ironton boys tonight. 75-17, loose ball out on the floor. Clock will continue to roll here under 9 minutes to go. Looks like we'll see also checking in. Abby Palm is out. We'll see Bayla May in for the first time tonight for the Gobblers as the inbound for the Rangers. Goes inside, up with a left-handed shot. No good for number 4. And Emma Siljan fights for the rebound. Will get it. Tori Orline will get it back out now. Down low, Siljan, Emma Siljan that is, lays it up and in for 2. 77-17. .745 to go here with the Gobblers and Rangers. Get a little bit of action behind the play as well as Tegan P6 shot no good. Outlet pass. Orline lays it up, and it will be Lewandowski fouled on her way to the basket with 7.5 to go. And heading to the line will be Lucy Lewandowski, the freshman at 5'8". 6-team foul for the Gobblers here in the half. It'll be Emma Jacobson's third foul. 7-11 and counting downward first. Free throw no good. Greta Westman checks in for Emma Sky. Second free throw from Lewandowski coming up is going to be no good. Good, I should say. 78-17 the score. 7 minutes to go, under 7 to play. Running clock here with it being well over a 60-point lead, 61-point lead. Runner just inside the arc from the Gobblers. Emma Jacobson, no good. Fight for a loose rebound is going to go to Crosby-Ironton as Gobblers the last one to touch it. Haley Doucette also on the floor for the Rangers. Haley Sharek checks in for the first time tonight as well for Aitkin. As Tegan Piesick will sub off the floor for the Gobblers. 78-17. Lewandowski with the handle of the basketball, top of the left side, being defended by Bayla May. Runner from Doucette, no good. Gets her own rebound and a foul called as well with 6 minutes to play. 6 minutes to go. As we'll get an inbound just to the right of the basket, no continuation. Josie Kostick checked in during the most recent stoppage, also in as well. Assessed her first foul of the evening. Emma Siljan's shot impeded upon, and we'll get to the free throw line for the Rangers once again. As now the Rangers in the bonus, but 2 guaranteed free throws. Back-to-back fouls now for Josie Kostick. (78-17), first free throw no good from Emma Siljan. And we'll see Callie Nixon checking in, the sophomore for the Rangers, as Tori Orline comes off the floor tonight. Second free throw from Siljan will be coming up and is good. 79-17. Gobblers tonight, unfortunately, fall to 6-13, and well, the Rangers will snap
What are we doing here?
Cross half court, 79-17. With
They're going the wrong direction.
Are they going the wrong direction?
They're going the wrong direction.
Yeah, they are. Glad somebody was paying attention, now that I think about it. So, do over the last 3 minutes then? Officials talking things over here. Both teams going the wrong direction, apparently, so we're going to...
Maybe they should get a couple more officials. They would be able to spot that.
My goodness gracious. 4-6 clocks continue to go here as the Rangers and the Gobblers were going in, both teams going the wrong direction. So now we're going to get all 3 officials to talk things over here. Question is, at this point here, do we take points off the board, or do we?
She made the free throw.
She did, yes.
And then the Crosby just grabbed the ball and inbounded it and came down the court.
I know the confidence of the ball handling for Crosby-Ironton, but stealing possession straight up, I mean, that's
yeah. And
Siljan
got fouled on the other end.
This is true. So now the Gobblers are going the right direction with the basketball. 3.5 to go here, 79-17. At the top of the key now, looking left side, Josie Kostick, her runner is no good. Rebounded down to Lewandowski, gives it up to Doucette across half court now. Back to Lewandowski just outside the paint. Siljan's shot from the free throw line no good, and will miss the basket entirely and go out of bounds. Three minutes ago here in regulation, Aitkin Gobblers again will fall to 6-13 on the season, with Crosby-Ironton fight for the loose ball. .244 to go. Gobblers get the ball right back. Emma Jacobson at the free throw line. We'll get it back now. Turn around in the lane for Sherrick underneath the basket, looking back out. Jumper from Jacobson, short of the mark. As it will be going back to a foul in transition, it looks like.
So 22 going to the line.
We'll see actually the 4th foul of the night for Emma Jacobson. Under 2 to go, and that will be at the line. That will be Samantha Hashi, as the front end of the 1-and-1 goes off the foot of a Ranger, and we'll go back to Aitkin. 79-17 the score. Of course, coming up here in the post-game show, we'll get conversations, both head coaches most likely. Of course, we got our big deal player of the game, our Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game, as a opportunity for the Gobblers to get a layup blocked away by Callie Nixon. Turned over back the other way with Bretta Westman. Minute and a half to go. Outlet to Emma Jacobson from Bretta Westman. Drives. Looks for a turnaround opportunity. Left side. 3 on the way is good. Are they going to count that as a 3? Westman will get a deep 2. Toes were on the line, 79-19. With just a minute to go. Poked away. Bayla May loses the handle. Last touch by the Rangers. Last touch by Aitkin from Bela May. Oh, they're going to say last touch by the Rangers, I should say, and it will go back to Britta Westman with a layup back the other way, 79-21. Well, these last few minutes have just been really something here.
Yeah.
44 seconds to go. Nixon, top of the key, three on the way from Doucette off the back of the rim. Nixon with a rebound, too strong off the backboard for the putback, and here comes the other way with Bela May. May from the right elbow, skips a pass down low to Jacobson, blocked from Siljan. Last touch by the Rangers, and will stay with Aitkin. 79-21 inbound. Sherrick to fire a shot up and good for Haley Sherrick. 79-23, 15 seconds left in regulation as Haley Doucette stolen away by the Gobblers in. Britta Westman at the top of the circle. Kostick fires a pass down low to Bela May, throws up a runner. Foul call with 0.5 seconds remaining. That should be the final score, and that will do it. 79-23. Are we still going to shoot the free throws here? Let's still shoot the free throws. 79-23, so not quite a final score as of yet. At 79-23, we'll see the result here from Bela May's free throws. First free throw, no good. It's like they're going to put 0.1 second left on the scoreboard here. Of course, post-game show will be coming up here after a break here this evening. Second free throw from May, no good. Looks like 79-23, and that will do it here this evening. Rangers defeat Crosby-Ironton. Rangers defeat Aitkin here tonight, 79-23. And girls high school basketball will get a break. Post-game show comes up as the Gobblers fall to the Rangers. Girls high school basketball here on Real Country 94.3 and rjbroadcasting.com.
I'm dreaming of a world where thinkers and doers collide, where technology creates pathways for new opportunities and ideas. I want to ask questions and shape the answers that lead to real and meaningful advancements in this digital era. I'm going to innovate the world someday.
Riverwood Healthcare Center in Aitkin provides total joint care for shoulders, elbows, hips, knees, hands, and wrists. Our team of highly skilled orthopedic surgeons use innovative procedures to increase mobility and reduce pain. Get back to the activities you enjoy. Learn more at riverwoodhealthcare.org. Riverwood Healthcare, your trusted leader for orthopedics and sports medicine.
I'm dreaming of a world where everyone has the opportunity for education, where classrooms are not only a place to learn, but to make an impact. I will help the next generation of game changers and difference makers. I am going to teach the world someday.
Here in beautiful central Minnesota, we get to enjoy nature every day. At Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, we understand because we live, work, and play here too. However, just because you're not in the big city doesn't mean you can't have access to great internet service. Let MLEC Fiber give you the fast and reliable internet you deserve. Check to see if MLEC Fiber is available where you live. Visit us online or call our office at 218-429-0433.
Welcome back to Aitkin High School tonight here on Real Country 94.3. For those also tuning in at rjbroadcasting.com with the video stream at yourliveevent.com. Aitkin Gobblers fall tonight against the Crosby-Ironton Rangers 79-23 here on the post-game show. Paul Vold joined alongside Jeremy Jansen. Gobblers face an early deficit with Rangers opening up a 13-0 run to open up the contest. Tori Orline at the half in the first half especially went off for 22 points at the break. Gobblers amassed 15 turnovers while also getting out rebounded at a 3-1 margin. That was just the first half overall. with the Gobblers trailing. It was 58-12 at the halftime break. By that point, the Gobblers were just looking for some sort of positive going into the second half as well, mustering just 23 total points tonight as well. 79-23, our final score here this evening. As, of course, we do have our big deal player of the game, our Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game, still coming up to choose a winner for here this evening. But final score from earlier over on Skeeter 101.5, Moose Lake Willow River boys basketball defeats Crosby-Ironton, the Rangers on the road. The boys, that is 69-62. The Rangers fall to Moose Lake Willow River on the boys' side here this evening. Jeremy, with this contest overall, you know, we knew the likes of Tori Orline. She was going to get her 30 points. It was just about, of course, now in this game, just, you know, trying to win the battles, try to accomplish the goals that the Gobblers could. And one of them early on, you know, the turnovers and the empty possessions amounted early for Aitkin.
They did. Empty possessions, turnovers. Gobblers had 15 turnovers in the first half. You know, and that's, you know, hats off to Crosby. They pressure defense, and then they get points in transition and just did a nice job. Crosby out rebounding the Gobblers tonight, 24-14. Gobblers ended with 21 turnovers to the Rangers 7. Rangers 6 of 11 from the free throw line, and the Gobblers 5 of 15. So statistically, it shows, you know, the Gobblers didn't have a lot of opportunities, shot opportunities either in the offensive zone. Crosby does a nice job of putting pressure on and keeping opponents from getting those offensive opportunities.
Gobblers fall tonight against the likes of Crosby-Ironton, 79-23. Rangers are now 12-7 on the season, while Aitkin falls to 6-13. We'll have more at the post-game show coming up. See if we can get a couple of coaches' interviews here tonight. Big deal player of the game, our Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game. That's still coming your way here this evening as well. 79-23, our final score here on the post-game show on Real Country 94.3 and YourLiveEvent.com.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
Mr. May's ornithology class.
My last 6 years on the Aitkin All-Stars.
Going to Rumble on the Red wrestling tournament.
Just going to state tournament last year for wrestling.
Making one of those last-minute shots against Crosby.
Going to state my 10th grade year for wrestling.
The Virginia tournament during basketball.
My chemistry class last year.
I would say the Virginia tournament.
Going to state my freshman year for dance. Being able to participate in multiple sports teams.
We always practice good sportsmanship and respect. Go Gobblers. Go All-Stars.
I'm dreaming of a world where the crack of a bat is not just a hobby, but a lifestyle. Where I can build upon long traditions from the ground up. I want to work in an industry where all people can make their own field of dreams become reality. I'm going to elevate the world of sports someday.
If your vehicle has an unfortunate mishap, you want the best in quality bodywork. You need to take it to Aitkin Body Shop. They can handle any collision or auto glass repair, and they have a state-of-the-art facility and technology. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit them at 421 North Minnesota Avenue. Towing services also available. Give them a call at 218-927-2883. Remember the name that stands for quality and trust. That's Aitkin Body Shop, providing exceptional auto body collision and paint repair since 1974.
Welcome back here on Real Country 94.3 KKIN FM, as well as with the video stream at YourLiveEvent.com. Aitkin Gobbler girls fall to the Crosby-Ironton Rangers here tonight by the score of 79-23. Final score over on Cash 95.9 3WI FM. 59-56. Detroit Lakes takes down Pequot Lakes girls here tonight as well.
69-66, you say?
59-56.
59-56.
Another close one as well. No final scores over yet over on, of course, the other YourLiveEvent.com broadcast with Pine River Bacchus and LaPorte. Halftime score was Pine River Bacchus boys up 40-17 at halftime, while the boys game between Detroit Lakes and Pequot Lakes, that was the final score. The Pequot Lakes boys against ESCO. No final score as of yet over on Talk 100 KLKS. 79-23 our final score here tonight as well. Of course, here with the post-game show continuing on, we'll have more coming up here throughout this week. Well, final score just coming in from ESCO. Buzzer beater from Eli Leposki, 35-footer at the buzzer, 66-63. Patriots take down Esco tonight.
Wow, and that was in Esco?
That was in Esco, a rematch of the section championship from last year as well. That game was in Duluth, this one in Esco. Patriots come into enemy territory, get a buzzer beater from Eli Leposki. 66-63 final score. Wow, Pequot Lakes boys basketball takes down the number 10 team ranked in the state with that final score as well. And again, we'll just be waiting on that final score with LaPorte and Pine River Bacchus. But here are their final scores here tonight. Let's get a look at our big deal player of the game brought to you by Atwater GM in Aitkin. Riverwood Healthcare, Pizza Ranch in Baxter, Little Falls, W.W. Thompson Concrete Products in Brainerd, BigDealAuctions.com, Cuyuna Regional Medical Center, Tykes Carpet Castle in Brainerd, Shannon's Auto Body in Brainerd, as well as Brainerd, the Takedown Gym in Brainerd as well. Probably not too difficult to choose Tori Orline as our big deal player of the game tonight with another double-double. Very close probably in a couple other categories, triple-double tonight as well.
Yeah, I had her for 34 points, 13 rebounds. She's active defensively, stealing the ball. She distributes the ball well. Team player and a nice player, be able to play against. Hopefully great things for Tori yet to come in the high school career, but after that as well, be able to say you played with Tori on the same floor is a privilege.
Certainly even the privilege as well to even get to see her play, whether in person as a fan or even as a broadcaster such as myself. So a big deal player of the game, Tori Orline tonight with the Crosby-Ironton Rangers. On the other side, let's get to our Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game this evening.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm the project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's Jerrid.
Enbridge, I Bring the Energy player of the game tonight, that belonging to the Crosby-Ironton Rangers. Go Margaret Siljan here tonight as well for the Rangers, of course, with her going off for 15 points tonight, a couple of rebounds in tow for her, but even with a little bit of a dust-up, early on in that first half, came off the bench in the latter moments of that first half, still put up quite a performance for the Rangers as well. Margaret Siljan, our Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game here this evening. So the Gobblers fall tonight by the score of 79-23, 6-13 now the Gobblers fall to here on the season. They'll be in action on Friday, another mid-state conference opponent. They'll take on Park Rapids, while Crosby-Ironton, they fall Crosby-Ironton improves to 12-7 on the season. They'll be in action on Friday against Pequot Lakes. Now we get a chance here in the post-game show, welcoming back in. Been some time, I think, since at least volleyball season, since we've talked to Abby Palm. Abby, thanks for coming on the post-game show tonight.
Yeah.
That's all you got for me? Yeah. No, but first, we got to talk about how to feel to get back on the floor tonight.
Great.
Yeah?
I miss being out there with my team.
I'm sure it was, how do you feel? Played a few minutes first half, second half. How's the body feeling initially?
I mean, my hip feels fine. I'm having to catch my breath a few times. My calf's kind of hurting, but overall, I feel great.
Coming into tonight, were you able to practice very much leading into this week or last week as well, just kind of taking it, kind of easing into it a little bit?
Yeah, I've been easing into it a lot. Like, Friday was my first practice, so I practiced a little bit Friday and then yesterday.
How about the pace of the game for yourself, too? Find yourself trying to catch up a little bit here with just a few weeks left in the regular season?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure, too. Obviously coming in and now a tough opponent to come back to with your first game back, too, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, looked good, Abby. It's fun
absolutely.
To see you back on the floor, kind of right where you left off, being able to play good defense and distribute the ball. And so it's fun to see you back out there. And it won't be long. You'll catch that breath in a heartbeat. So it'll be fun down the stretch here to be able to see you back on the court and playing with your friends.
Yeah, I love being back.
Yeah, we certainly appreciate you being back on the floor and for coming on the post-game show too, Abby. Thanks so much, and look forward to chatting with you again even more.
Yeah, thank you.
Abby Palm for the Aitkin Gobblers joining us here on the post-game show. Gobblers again, 79-23. final score here this evening. Now, Crosby-Ironton now improves their away record to 4-4 on the season. We're still perfect at home, 7-0 on the season as well. Again, the Gobblers will be taking on Park Rapids coming up here on Friday. As we'll bring on now to the postgame show, Coach Kaya Davies for the Gobblers here tonight. Coach, tough start here tonight with the Rangers as well. What do you you see there from early on for the Gobblers here? Unfortunately, in this loss tonight.
At halftime, me and my coach just kind of stared at each other and we're like, okay, now what? But the biggest thing I wrote on my board was lack of hustle, lack of boards, lack of points put up, lack of shots put up, all the above, lack of want. It's hard coming into games like this when you know the outcome of things, but I try to preach as much to these girls that I don't care the outcome as long as we come out and play our game, and that's something these girls need to start learning, that it's okay to lose these kind of games, but at least if we come out and play our game, that's what the difference is going to be. It's hard to watch the lack of want and stuff released out of these girls. Some girls put 110% in, like Abby Palm. She got her 5 minutes in tonight, and that was huge for her. So I'm hoping in this turnaround in the next few weeks, still a tough schedule here. So hopefully we can start teaching these girls that we need to have the want to get the rest of the things in line.
Coach, that was another thing, too, obviously having a player back like Abby Palm, just helping solidify your bench, too, and obviously getting, obviously a few minutes out of her to start off, but as these next few games come rolling up, I'm sure that will steadily increase. But filling out the rest of this bench and, a lot of these girls not have to play as many minutes during a game, I'm sure is going to be helpful in these last handful of games in these last couple of weeks.
Right, and running some of these girls 20 minutes a game is not always the healthiest either when our schedule's booked 3 games a deep a week. So it's nice having Abby and some of these other girls feeling healthier now to put full effort in and get some good rotations in and figure out who our top 8 is for the playoffs coming up and these serious games that we could win. So,
Coach, obviously now you get a couple of days here with now Park Rapids coming back to coming here to Aitkin High School too. Plenty to take away from this game, and obviously just seeing more of obviously a consistent effort on the floor for your team with this next game coming up.
Yeah, I think boards against Park Rapids, they have some big girls, so boards are going to be focused on these next 2 days. Boards and shots up. That's all. You got to put the shots up to even score and get ahead of the game here. So if we don't put more than 19 shots up in a half, that's not positive work. So I guess we're going to try to – I've been focusing a lot on my guards, how to work to get open without just shooting a 3 or stuff along the lines of that, like the middle game. So hopefully we can start getting through this bump here.
Well, Coach, as always, we appreciate the time for coming on the post-game show. We'll chat with you on Friday as well.
Thank you.
Head coach for the Aitkin Gobbler girls, Kaya Davies, here on the post-game shows. We start to wind things down here this evening. Again, the Aitkin Gobblers 79-23 final score with Crosby-Ironton winning against the Rangers. Tori Orline, 34 points, 13 rebounds. Margaret Siljan chips in another 15 as well. Bretta Westman leads the Gobblers with 8 points in the loss tonight. Jeremy, just put this one in the rear view and on to Park Rapids coming up Friday.
Yeah, to Coach Davies' point, you contested shot, to loosen things up, maybe get a little pick and roll or, somebody open where you get, pressure defense. But until you attempt shots, you're not going to make anything.
Yeah, exactly. As the Gobblers, again, fall by the final score, 79-23 as a final score. Again, Rangers improve. Again, they'll be in action coming up Friday against Pequot Lakes. That's going to be quite the matchup. Do we have that game? Yes, we do. That'll be Friday on Skeeter 101.5. Our own Tom Martin will be on the call for that one as well, as Pequot Lakes girls fall here tonight as well. As, again, we'll get Coach Pete Vuklich coming up on Friday with that contest. Well, final score over on, looks like, on yourliveevent.com. 76-40 final score. Pine River Bacchus over LaPorte. Team so deep, they pulled the manager off the bench for Pine River Bacchus. He ends up getting 2 points to finish off the game as well for Pine River Bacchus boys over LaPorte. That's how that game finalized here this evening as Aitkin final score. Again, 79-23, and of course a nice night as well for both teams, who obviously after the game as well took a team photo with both teams for Hoops for Hope. That's the last time I'm going to look at the shirt here in reference for Hoops for Hope here tonight as well. Jeremy Jans and Preston to not only scorekeeping and obviously color commentary, but also auction duties at halftime. So money raised going right back towards cancer research and the fight for a cure as well. And overall, just a nice night. And there was even outside the gym, too. You could buy pink wrist bracelets for $1, even just get a free pink ribbon as well. So a lot of effort going into tonight, and obviously a lot of great work, and hopefully a great amount of money raised here for this evening, too.
It was. Anytime you can do something like this, you girls wearing pink ribbons in their hair and the T-shirts around, not only on the girls but in the crowd, and an opportunity to purchase them, and a great opportunity to give back to a great foundation. So
Gobblers and Rangers will be in action coming up here on Friday as well. Our next broadcast here on Real Country 94.3 will be tomorrow night. We'll have Inside Twins getting an update on the off-season reports as inching closer towards pitchers and catchers reporting on Monday, I believe, with everybody's reporting late next week as well. We'll also have high school basketball coming up here on Real Country 94.3. It looks like not until Monday of next week. But again, our full broadcast schedule, scores, and even more you can always find at rjbroadcasting.com. That schedule for tomorrow, again, we'll have 6 o'clock Inside Twins on Real Country 94.3. Minnesota Golden Gophers basketball, 5:30 pregame on Cash 95.9. Golden Gopher basketball weekly with Coach Ben Johnson will be 8 o'clock on 3WI AM 1270, 96.3 FM with the Minnesota Wild in action tomorrow night at Dallas. It'll be on KK on AM 930, FM 103.1. The Gobbler with a 7:15 pregame tonight.
What a letdown last night.
Oh, my gosh.
I watched that game, and, first of all, you got to stay on the penalty box. 7 penalties, I think, and, onto the break. It's not how you want to start the second half of the season, losing on the road to, I think the Coyotes were 3-16 going into that game.
Wild also have the benefit 9 of their 14 games in the month of February at home as well. So
they do, but the likes of Colorado.
Yes.
7 of those games are against
you
teams
got Dallas,
in
Colorado.
the
You got
playoffs,
you got the top half of the league coming into XL Energy Center.
Yeah.
7-game homestand after these 2 quick road games for the Wild. Let's see if they can use it to their advantage. Besides the fact they don't have to go very far for travel. Again, full score schedules, broadcast times, and more you can always find at rjbroadcasting.com. Big thank you again for everybody for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. A big thank you as well to, of course, all of our sponsors for allowing us to broadcast these games. If you heard some of our sponsors, even saw some of our sponsors, be sure to thank them with your patronage. And always shop local here in the Brainerd Lakes area. 79-23, our final score here tonight. Crosby-Ironton defeats the 79-23 final score. Crosby-Ironton girls defeat the Aitkin Gobblers tonight. Well, big thank you again for all you great listeners and viewers tonight. We'll be back in action coming up here later this week. Check out everything you need to know at rjbroadcasting.com as well as yourliveevent.com for Aitkin home broadcasts as well. Until next time, this is Ball Vold signing off from Aitkin High School. This has been a proud presentation of R&J Broadcasting Incorporated in the Brainerd Lakes area, saying thanks again for tuning in. You enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night, and good night, everybody.